Yo, what's going on, viewers of YouTube? Tyler here of Chico Crypto. I got some special guests with me today. Of course, I have the most famous guy in cryptocurrency, Famous Amos, right here. Say hi, Famous.
Hey, what's up, guys? Famous here. You know how we do.
And then I have another secretive guy. His name is Ace Ventura, the pet detective, and he's gonna do some stuff for Elastos for us today. Say hey, Ace.
Yo, what's up, guys?
All right, so we're gonna be actually showing you guys how to get Carrier on your Mac, and then we're gonna be using the Elastos chat app to send us messages back and forth. We are all distributed across the globe. I'm here, well, not globe, across the United States. I'm here in Florida, Miami. Where are you at?
I'm in Massachusetts, Springfield, Massachusetts. I don't know where Ace is at.
All right, this is not a coincidence, but it is. I live in Massachusetts too, but I swear this is very decentralized. So the fact that don't worry, you'll get your idea of speed between the Elastos carrier. So
exactly. Maybe one of these days we might get 5-6 people on here from all, different countries, different parts of the U.S., West Coast, East Coast, and we can all send messages back and forth.
Jimmy Lipham?
Yes,
looking at you.
Yeah, we're looking at you, Jimmy.
Jimmy was actually supposed to be on this, but I couldn't coordinate with him.
Oh, okay.
He's too busy hanging out with Wrong at lunch.
Hey, they were having some good conversations, I heard.
Hey, I would pass everything up to have lunch with Wrong. So totally agree. All right, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. I need you guys all to pull up Terminal on your Mac, right? So if you're not familiar with using a Mac, if you go up to the spyglass in the top right, just type Terminal, hit Enter, you can get into it. Just see a black window come up, or a white window, depending on how your Mac's set up. So I sent Chico and Amos a text document that's an easier way to cut and paste the commands that we need into Terminal in order to get this thing launched.
So for viewers at home, I'm going to have this document with all of the command line that Ace has written out for us, so you guys can do it at home as well. Follow along with us.
We're going to do the first line, and then we're going to go through each line afterwards.
And what should it look like after that one line is run?
Oh, well, once you paste that, you're going to download a crap load of stuff. So you guys got that, right?
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect. All right. Everybody copy this first thing you have in that document, post it in Terminal. So some of this stuff might take a few minutes, so...
It's asking me for my password.
So you're going to see a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's loading up.
So, by the way, while we're waiting, this is brought to you by... Well, actually, no.
Wait. We should all do a brew of the... we should all do a cold one, man.
Yeah. This is Soul Cellar by Bog Iron Brewery in Norton, Massachusetts. Amazing.
All right, let me go get my cold one. One sec.
This could take a little bit. Could take a few minutes. So.
All right.
No one's in a hurry.
My cold one is Lemon Tree, Sativa Dominant.
Ooh.
Well, that's a hot one, buddy.
Grown in Springfield, Massachusetts.
You know what's funny? They're opening a store up. Well, as a fellow Massachusettsite, they're opening a store up down the road from me in a few months.
Yeah, it's going to be everywhere. Retail is open.
Right next to the stadium, Yeah. So, guys, this might take a few minutes, so we might as well have camaraderie while this is going. Can you see my screen still? See how it's downloading Xcode? I didn't want to do this beforehand because I wanted people to see, if they were to do it. So we're downloading Xcode right now. Xcode can take a little while, so.
It seems like mine is already done.
You already have Xcode installed then?
Yeah.
Yep. So a little bit of my background too, by the way. I worked for Apple a long time ago, 13 years ago, and I eventually ended up working for a school system in Massachusetts, and I manage a data center for for a town in Massachusetts, and I know systems, and I was one of the first people ever that was actually certified to have Apple operating systems tie into Microsoft's Active Directory. So it's Open Directory, Active Directory, and it was a very niche thing at the time. They had all these, Apple was selling these X servers. They were wicked expensive, but everybody was trying to throw them into data centers because they're like, well, if we want Macs, you know, that's cool. We're going to start throwing them in. But the problem was Apple wasn't very privy on the technology of data center, enterprise environment. So they eventually ended up doing away with them years and years later. So to this day, I'm one of the old archaic guys that used to be able to get Apple's server operating systems working with Microsoft's operating systems.
We're basically sitting with an OG. All right.
That's right. Straight hip hop.
Ah, man.
Old school.
Yeah, so I'm getting back curl, no URL specified. Curl, try curl help or curl manual for more information.
All right, so that means that you have a space somewhere where you shouldn't, usually when you have curl URL not specified. So double try that command again. Copy the whole thing from start to finish. And make sure there's no weird like spaces or anything like that. Amos, did that install a bunch of crap for you?
Oh, hell yeah. I have like the same shit on your screen.
All right.
Pouring, portable Ruby. What is this whole brew and pouring? This is
So just to give you an idea while we're doing this is, so what brew is,
There we go.
so here's the thing. OS X is built on top of what's called Darwin, right? It's a form of Unix. Unix is one of the OGs of Linux. Literally is the OG of Linux. But over time, Linux developed and got more advanced. Different flavors came out. But OS X, when they developed on top of Darwin, they excluded a lot of important things that you find in Linux, like in Ubuntu and stuff like that. So there's a lot of packages that you use from a development standpoint, or even just core OS things that are not found in OS X because they don't want you to leverage their operating system from a root perspective. That's the last thing they want. You know, their phones the same way. Like, you know how like your Android, you can download all kinds of crazy apps and stuff. Well, same way as the OS. They wanted to protect grandma from doing anything or messing anything up. So what Brew does is installs like some Linux essentials into the operating system that we can treat it like Linux. So what we're doing right now, we should be able to do fine in Ubuntu easily, but we're kind of tricking it to do it.
See.
So I got a password with a key.
Yeah, enter the password to your system, and it will speak.
James just or whoever has the password, that system should have
Don't
that.
let me type anything.
No, it doesn't show it. That's security.
Yeah, it tries to make sure that it's not clear text. So,
I think it's a mask.
yep. This is brought to you by Glorious.
Oh, there we go.
We're not getting paid. This is like the second one you advertised.
This is actually good beer. Lord Hobo in Massachusetts. You know that, Amos?
Nah,
Oh my God, man!
I'm not a beer guy. I'm just weed.
Well,
It's not that I don't. It's not that I hate beer. I just don't.
no, I know.
Yeah.
Well, the pot shops open up soon, so I'll start buying bags.
Yeah, you should. Actually, I grow, so you should come get some from me.
All my friends grow,
Oh well,
so it's all legal here.
you don't need it then. You don't need to buy it. Everything's going good, Chico?
Yeah, I'm good. It's downloading command line
Yeah,
tools.
buddy.
So basically, we're hacking Mac, making it do things it shouldn't.
Well, you know, that's the funny thing is, like, I've looked through all their documentation of their Linux version and the OS X version, and even their Android version. I'm like, oddly enough, the easiest thing to run is the carrier on Mac.
Really?
Go figure. It was like, well, unless you really know how to develop for mobile, I mean, how are you going to know how to do the Android app? Or Windows, they don't even have anything for yet, really, it seems like. But even Ubuntu, like, I'd be fine installing Ubuntu, but there's a lot of dependencies you're going to install in Ubuntu to do what we're doing. This makes it a little easier. So,
okay. If
you're feeling really creative, there's a way you can emulate OS 10 on Windows, but that's a whole other video discussion one day. It's not very easy to do sometimes, but
so what's it supposed to end at?
Oh, you'll know. It will just say
it will be like installation successful.
Okay.
And to be clear to the viewers, this is the equivalent of running an active carrier node within the carrier network.
Yep. So. And he's is absolutely correct. So what you're seeing right now, like what we're doing, and this seems very complicated. Keep in mind, this is at some point this is going to be installed like toasters or like microwaves. Like this is not heavy duty lifting. There's nothing big about this. This is all lightweight code. This is going to be stuff that you're going to see on phones. You're going to see it on any appliance that has a processor. Because the Wrong Chen said he doesn't believe in RAM, hard drive, BIOS. He believes in processor. So if it has a processor, you're going to be able to run this.
Yep.
You bless you.
Bless you. Yeah. All right. It looks like it's good. It says HomeBrew help to get started. Further documentation.
Perfect. So let's go to the second command I have here. If you guys can see it. Brew update. Mm-hmm. That one usually you don't have to do. Brew usually is pretty up to date, but just in case, just throw it in there and make sure you got everything you need to be updated.
Yep, I'm already up to date. You were correct.
Perfect. So now we got to do brew install node.
Oh, that one's working. Yeah.
Yep. So right now you're installing the
dependencies.
Yeah, for the node, and then what's going to happen after this? And for Git. So if anybody's not familiar with GitHub's a bunch of code on the internet, and Chico's done a lot of videos about showing how to tell if people have accurate code on their GitHub, and it's awesome because that's how you can tell if a project's legit or not. You want to make sure that they have commit to their GitHub. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so when we're pulling this stuff down, this is active code that's being worked on. And can I take this time to say, this is for all the people out there that say, oh, this is just in the China hustle. This is a China project that has nothing behind it or whatever. Well, we're doing it right now. We're pulling the code down. We're going to be running the carrier, and we're going to show up as carriers on the network on Jimmy Libham's PeerJet at some point. No, because I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of hearing that there's nothing behind it.
It's bullshit.
Right. So we're proving it right now that this is code we're pulling down, and we're going to be able to talk to each other on the carrier network, which is crazy when you think about it. So
I can tell you there's going to be a lot of people happy about this. So
good. All right, so now what we need to do is spell GitHub. So this is the git command that we're going to be putting in right now, because this is exactly what I was talking about. We're able to pull the in Linux, you can always do this, but we're in Mac OS 10, so we're going to have to add this to it. So make sure we install Git to be able to pull down the Git repositories that hold all the data, all the code, everything from Elastos. So this is why we pull the applications down. Glorious.
I feel like a hacker.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Well, I used to consider myself a white hat hacker back in the day. Now I'm old.
Not a gray hat?
Yeah, maybe a little gray, but
maybe a little gray area.
But I can
turn it into a black hat. He's turning into a black hat.
No. Well, actually, I should say I probably started as a black hat.
Gotcha.
Quickly turned to gray hat, and then white hat. But now I'm just a dad with a kid drinking beers with some guys on the internet. And so. All right. So did you guys get all of that downloaded?
Yes, indeed.
All right, so here's the big whamma jamma. we're going to copy this one. This is all the Elastos carrier node stuff. So copy that and paste that in and enter. You know what? KP used to do this, and KP's a great guy. I think he's an amazing developer. He really is. You can tell. And but I think we needed something more to like show like common people like us setting this up. And I think it'll make things click after a while. All right, so now we got to change our directory. So CD, in case anybody's wondering, CD means change directory in the Unix environment, the Linux environment. So we're basically just changing directory into the thing we just downloaded. So paste that. That means we're in the example folder. Well, we're in the demo folder, what's in the example folder, which is in exactly what we just downloaded from the team. So NPM. Jimmy talked about NPM, so in case you guys haven't watched Jimmy's videos, so NPMs are packages you pull from other people on the internet, right? So the whole Unix environment and developing packages and Linux and stuff, it's all built from multiple people. So you never want to recreate the wheel, right? So what you do is you pull in different packages that, like, if someone made a package of this, why would you remake that again? Add that to your project. And then, so that's what NPM is, in case anybody's wondering. So we got to do NPM install. And Jimmy, if you're watching, we still need to do an S9 ASIC miner carrier runtime. So
added one package from one contributor and audited one package in 1.432 seconds.
Did you get a rollback field?
So we're still installing. Oh, did you guys get it all installed? Great.
I got...
you might get an error. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
So paste that last line. This is where the magic happens. And then make sure you hit allow.
Ooh, I have a friends list from Carrier Network.
But you have no friends, right? We're
no
about
friends.
Yeah.
We're about to be friends.
Am I about to have a couple friends?
And this is to clarify the reason why we have no friends is because everything is blacklisted by default, right?
Yep.
Well, so here's the thing. By default, when you spin this up, you have a new carrier ID. This is not IP address driven, right? So this has no information of our IP addresses. This is where my expertise comes in. Actually, here is where it's network security. So the way the carrier network is very different than traditional networking. So traditional networking uses IP addresses, right? So you have IP addresses assigned from Comcast that's given to you. And then you go to search Google and you say, I don't like President Trump. Well, guess what? They know that that came from your IP address and trace it back from you.
Right.
So what we're doing right now is it's called UDP. It's a UDP packet. So the way it works is we shoot a bunch of crap out on the internet, and all the other crap listens to our crap. And between all our crap, we all know where we all are, if that makes sense. So it's a lack of a better example. So rather than know it came from this hop that went to here, that went to here, what's happening is we're playing ping pong throughout the internet, TCP/IP. We're on top of it, but we're ping ponging across. So no one really knows where anything's coming from. But all we know is that you know that I was asking for Amos, right? And then I said, hey, I happen to know a guy that knows Amos, and then we shoot it across. But there's no direct connection until you meet the two people, and then they directly connect. So this is what makes this very secure in a sense. So nothing can see this right now. So you're not talking UTMs, which is Universal Threat Management, which I deal with every day, network security. You're not going to see this in content filters because it doesn't do HTTP requests or HTTPS requests. So there's no way for this traffic to actually get sniffed out in between.
Right.
And you might think, what's the difference between that and VPN? Well, VPN, you're still, at the end of the day, going towards it's terminating to an IP address. So you could say at the end of the day, be like, yeah, I'm using a VPN, I'm safe. Yeah? Go try to say you're going to kill the president or something like that and see how...
You're caught. You're done.
So, because at the end of the day, you're terminating an IP address. This is all IP listed. That's exactly...
So Actually, I've heard a lot of people talk about, well, the usual question is, how does the ISP view this? How does the ISP view carrier traffic? What does it look like to them? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so they can't.
Right.
So again, because this is a DID system that runs on, so in order to shut off the carrier network, you would essentially have to cut off every port to the internet. Because we're not talking like a port, like you're using like port 80 for HTTP, or you're not talking, this is using UDP responses that are going off on a layer above TCP IP. They're sending this out. So what's happening is, I know you because of your DID, and I know Chico because of your DID. So we're going to show that right now. Exactly, this is where it's coming up, where this makes more sense. Sorry, I don't want to ramble on, but I just want people to appreciate why this is important. So, all right, so everybody in your command line type address. So you see that big long...
Okay, I see.
All right, so that's how we can all be identified in this. This is the part I'm not sure how we're gonna. We can do this in chat actually.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send this to chat. I'm gonna say, Ace. Did you guys get that, chat?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, one of you guys, both of you guys, type your name and then below it, paste your ID.
I'm going to have to send it from a computer to another one to then get it over here. So one sec.
All right. So, for example, I got Tyler's right now, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add him as a friend on the carrier network. So if you type help, list of commands, right? So in order to add somebody as a friend, I have to type fadd, paste their ID, and then I have to send them a message. But when you send a message, it has to be in quotes. This is just chat, like on the terminal. So keep in mind, people are going to skin this differently over time. They're gonna make this like you use iChat on your phone and stuff like that. You won't even see this, but we're talking at the bottom level. This is what's going to be happening behind the scenes. So I'm going to say hello. So Tyler, you should get a message that's going to show in your terminal that says something about me contacting you. I've seen this be instant, and I've seen it take a few minutes. But do you see anything on your command line that says you got a message?
Use following commands. F accept.
Yes. Great. So you want to do F as in friend, and then accept, all one word, and then you want to paste my ID after.
Oh, okay. Paste your ID. Okay, I get it.
Yep. So if I do...
All right, I got you.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to add Amos. I'm going to put you guys in my top 8.
Top 8, like MySpace?
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so hello. All right, so let me know, Amos, if you get a message that says something along the lines of you have to do friend accept. Oh, I just got one online. That must be Chico. So while we're waiting for Amos.
Yeah, I got F accept.
F accept space the address. I don't think you have to type anything in a message. I don't think so. But see how it says online? So Chico, were you EBN2A? Like begin with EB, end with 2A. If you type address on the terminal, is that your address?
My address is VY4BNJ.
All right, so here, that's another thing. So your address that you see to public people isn't going to be the same that you see for your decentralized ID.
Oh, okay.
So if you type friends.
I'm seeing you, Ace.
I'm seeing you.
All right. But so here's what I'm going to do. If you type address, type it again. Just type the word address. Is that your address? EB? And then ends with 2A?
It should be different.
Yeah, it should be different, shouldn't it?
Well, Usually I'll show something after this that makes this a little weirder, because there's a GUI they have involved in this, but it's very complicated to do. Well, not very complicated, but I didn't want to do it for this video. But I can have a GUI that comes up. It's like a chat list, like almost like an like AOL Instant Messenger kind of thing, but it's wicked ghetto. It looks like it's from like 1995, but it's built into the code.
What I'm going to do right now is send you what your address looks like to me. And it's totally different.
Oh, no, you're both showing online right now, so we should be fine. So
no, I know, but I want the viewers to know the difference, to see like the difference in the addresses. So I just send it over to you. That's what your address looks like to me.
Yes. So I think there is a difference between what your friend address is on the chat network versus, but the thing is, that's not private. Neither one of these are private. They're not like important from a privacy perspective. Tyler, type MSG and then space, copy my address.
Okay.
Paste it. And then after that, do a quote like hello or something.
Then copy my address?
The one I gave you before. So
okay.
All right. So wait, before we move forward, I just want to clarify one thing for the viewers, because they're probably going to type in the stuff and get the invalid syntax. The only reason why you would get the invalid syntax is because you had not sent an actual message with your request.
You're right. Like you have to, it has to be complete. Like it has to be
the full command for it to work.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yep. So I want one of you guys to send me a chat.
Trying here.
All right.
MSG space whatever my address is space quotes and then say hello. Keep in mind, this is all like wicked low level. There's going to be apps that skin this on top of this that obviously, but this is the tech it's built on, so it's kind of cool. Because everything we're doing right now is, there's no way anybody's going to be able to see this chat.
Oh, I was typing them. I get it.
Hey, Ace, you're the man. See?
I get it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. Me and my buddies did this through a few different towns. I'm trying to remember how we. But there's a way you can add a label, so I can be like, "This is Chico," and that's what I was trying to add. I was like, but I forget what that is off the top of my head. But there's a way you can do like friend label.
Yeah. For anyone that's watching, just look at his menu right there. You can see after you hit address, you can see the label tab. Actually, no, friends, I think. You can see the label tab where you are labeled. Right there to the right. ID, connection, and then label. I'm assuming that's where the name would pop up for the address you labeled. So
we got, like, you guys see how this tech is huge? Like, right now we're talking through carrier network, which is amazing. Like, and this is not something that can get picked up by any firewall or...
And the messages are, like, instantaneous.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Oh, isn't it crazy how fast they are?
It's wicked quick. I'm shocked, actually.
Yeah. Everybody thinks blockchain is slow. No. Because the thing is, this technically isn't using blockchain, so to speak. It's carrier network, which people have to remember there's a difference between the Elastos blockchain and carrier network. So carrier network is the high-speed lane that Elastos uses to transfer information, and then it gets written to the blockchain. So I don't want people to think there's like a confusion between the two. That makes sense. I don't know.
Right.
I want to send the famous Amos a message.
Yeah. Oh shit. Let me. My address. You should see my friend address in the chat. Actually.
Really?
1 sec.
Type friends.
No. He's not friends with me yet. He's not friends with me yet.
Yeah, I'm not friends with.
You do FAD.
Oh, my shit is private. Hold on. Let me make it public.
Wait, are you talking in Elastos or real?
No, and he needs to get my address to then add me to the carrier network. Okay. So I posted it on Zoom.
Film that. But it's pretty cool tech though, right? Like this was not a bad demo.
Wicked cool. This was a great idea, dude. Holy shit.
Good.
So how do you, to add a friend, you just do f-add? That's all?
F-add, space, put his address, and then space, do quotes of a message like...
It should work with it should work with an empty payload as well. So if you just put the 2 brackets, it should still authenticate.
I got you.
Yeah. Yep. Got it.
You guys are not my top 8, by the way. Tom is.
Oh, Tom.
Whatever happened to Tom?
Who's Tom?
Oh. You don't remember MySpace?
What?
What the fuck?
MySpace?
Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah.
Remember Tom was everybody's friend?
Oh, no. I was definitely way too young to, like, even...
Oh. Now I feel old.
No, it's not that. I just never
Hey,
really...
you know what? I used to do an abacus to count. Mold.
Do you remember High Five?
Wait, like an actual high five?
No, High Five as in the social media platform.
No. Do you remember Friendster?
I know about that one.
Pissing me off. How can I get famous? Oh, it's because you're offline.
Type MSG space.
It's because he's offline.
Hold on, I'm messaging you both, you motherfuckers. Hold
It's
on.
on my connection offline.
All right, well, I'm just gonna message you. MSG, no preservatives. Let me get Tyler's address.
Did you get a message from me?
Damn, this shit is cool. I'm so hyped.
Yeah, so this is I feel like everybody before this was like, oh, it's a scam Chinese project. I'm like, you want to bet?
Oh yeah, message from friend. Tasty.
Yeah, that was me.
No one can know that you just told me I'm tasty.
What's wrong with that? What
It's
if I think you're tasty?
Yeah, they sent friend message error. You're VY4BN, right?
He begins with EB and ends with 2A.
Why are you?
No. That's the address you have. But
I don't know. He got my tasty message.
so I could use those addresses interchangeably.
Oh, maybe.
Oh shit, that would be dope.
See, I think the DID thing is not consistent, but the public address is.
There we go. Now it's working.
That I see it. How about your boy? Hey, you know you can put a label.
How do you put a label?
So if you do like type help, you can say like there's a way you can say something address label, so I can be like Chico, and that way every time I spin this up, I know I'm talking to you. Like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, label, username, user ID, name. Yeah, that's what it is. So you type label, paste.
Oh shit.
Dude.
You were right, dude. It added him under that address. God damn, what the fuck? This is confusing me now. Oh shit, I can't swear, right?
You can swear as much as you want.
Oh, okay.
This isn't going to middle school. Did you guys really think this was cool to do, though? I thought it would be, but I didn't know.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm actually like shitting my pants with excitement right now.
No, I got nervous. Like, I'm like, imagine he thought this was the stupidest thing to do.
Hell no. This is such a good idea, dude.
Good luck.
Such a good idea.
You see the label? Look at my stream. I put Amos. Is that you? I wish I wish I could type like message Amos message though.
I got a label on you now.
What happened?
I got a label on you as Ace. Now send me a message.
All right, type friend. Show a label. See, we can't send message with labels. I wish we could do that. I should be able to be like send message Amos or Chico.
Yep, I got a label. Ace.
Nice. But the thing is, you can't send message with that. They need to fix that. Well, why am I saying they need to fix that? First of all, again, guys, we're using the bottom layer of this. There's already apps like getting developed on top of this that has UIDs and stuff like that, like and graphical user interfaces and accounts and stuff. So, but we're using this as the bare metal of the new internet.
All right.
Label for Amos now too.
Yeah, I just labeled Tyler. Oh, so when you label anything after the address becomes a part of the payload. So I put like the quotes,
Yeah.
but it put that in the label.
But
So-
if you don't put quotes, it will cut words off. It's weird.
What
So,
the?
yeah. But that's, it's still, it's early.
Yeah. So one thing though, let's clarify one thing. So if I start this computer again and I reload the carrier, I'm going to still have this friends list.
Yes. So what's going to happen is you're still going to have the DID that's there.
Okay.
But the whole purpose of Elastos is that you're supposed to run the runtime when you want to do something and to close the runtime down, right?
Right.
So the apps are going to work. So from a demo perspective, you should launch the runtime, talk to us, close it down, and everything's cleaned out after that.
Okay.
So this feels like almost, like the beginning of something, like, when email first came out,
Yeah.
we're just sending messages.
You know what it's like? Jimmy Lipham is, we owe everything. That guy is amazing. And I've talked to him. He's an amazing dude. He's one of the first people to write on, was it LimeWire? Or, yeah, it's one of those P2P.
Capture?
But that's what the original P2P thought process was. But at the time, the problem with P2P is that they can track IP addresses back. So even if you already use a torrent and download Metallica, they knew who you were. Your ISP was following that. What we just did today, you can't track that.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Like,
And that's what I'm excited, Q, because he's getting the carrier network on Kodi.
Yep.
And, Kodi is used to stream.
So there's one thing I would, the thing with the Kodi thing, the only problem with Kodi is Kodi's very weird. So Kodi needs to be launching at all times to be able to be talking. So you always need to have Kodi enabled. So say you have like a little Raspberry Pi running Kodi, that's fine. It's always running. But if you're using like a computer runs Kodi or using a TV runs Kodi, Kodi has to be running in order to run that carrier.
Mm-hmm.
So if I talk to Jimmy again, we've talked a few times and stuff like that, I would suggest that they're maybe not so necessarily focus on Kodi as much, but the Android operating system itself that runs Kodi. So
Yep.
that'd be my feedback.
I'm just excited for the applications that can come from that.
Oh yeah, it's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Like, I know that's not the moneymaker, Kodi. It's an open source. People work on Kodi for free. But I can just see like actual streaming of movies and content and it being run through the carrier network and them not having an idea.
Could you? So a lot of people ask me all the time, but it doesn't make sense, and they challenge me. Well, but explain to me how that would work. I say, well, let's put it this way. When a new movie is in the theaters and it comes out, how much does it cost on Vudu, for example? $20, right? And then you wait 3 weeks for it to rent it for $5. Well, how about I buy it for $20 and I sell it for $19.95 after I watched it? And that value is good to someone. And then that person buys the movie and they sell it to somebody else for $19.90 after that. Somebody else, you get the idea. And that's why people have to realize that over time it's going to drop the cost of the movies from these companies when they have to factor in the whole bootlegging cost that they're losing, and then say we're making 1 million movies and that's it, and we're throwing them in the blockchain, and then whatever anybody wants to pay after that is great because they'll make their money, and then we're all going to make money buying a movie and then selling it to somebody else.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
And I mean, we're in this
exciting.
We're in the blockchain space where people are talking about everything speculative. Nothing is really real. I mean, now we have something and we're showing them, hey, this is working.
Everything has an ID.
And I know viewers at home, you're thinking this is basic as hell. But again, This is the ground floor. This is just showing off exactly what the carrier network can do. We can talk to each other, and guess what? It's hidden from all eyes, all prying eyes. Yeah. That's the thing.
And this is just 3 guys on the internet doing something. We're not talking about what Elastos has planned or IOEX has, planned for the technology, because even IOEX is upgrading their version of the carrier for video and all that stuff. So it's totally, not just this, guys.
You will see movies have decentralized IDs on them, and then you're not gonna be able to play them unless you own them.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Beautiful.
Beautiful thing. And I mean, and this is the type of stuff people are going to want to see too. Developers at home, they see this and they're going to want to start playing around with it. So hopefully if you're a developer at home, this got you excited.
Right. Well, I'm glad we could do this today, guys.
Me too. I learned a lot already.
Dude. This was so fun. Holy shit. We have to do this again in some way.
Yeah, some way. I mean, Ace, you got to come up with the, easy tutorial and all the command lines for us, but we got to do this again.
My idol's Jimmy Limham, so he knows way more than I do, and I have no problem helping out in streams and stuff like that. So,
yeah, so hopefully next time we can get Jimmy on.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be dope. That would be actually really great.
All right, guys. Get to work tomorrow.
All right,
man. Well, this was a pleasure, you guys, and all viewers at home. Definitely, we will have the instructions as a document in the description of this video. If you want to follow along with the video, go ahead, get it on your computer, and talk to some friends.
Thank you, Chico and Amos.
Thanks for having me here, guys. It was definitely a good time.
It was a pleasure, friends. Ace and Amos, you guys, I'll see you next time.